Welcome to another special live event hosted by VA Housing Education. I'm your host, David Piatek, and today we have an incredible session lined up for you. And I also have the amazing Lourdes Fernando with me. Our mission has always been to empower and educate our veterans and their families about VA home loans and real estate opportunities. Today, we're taking that mission a step further by shining a spotlight on three nonprofit organizations that make a real difference in the veteran community. Representing Team Red, White, and Blue, we have Jack Irwin. Team RWB is all about enriching the lives of American veterans by connecting them through community and physical social activity. From Wounded Warrior Project of Eden Puente, I practiced that one. Wounded Warrior Project aims to honor and empower wounded veterans. And finally, representing Merging Vets and Players, we have Nate Held. Vets and Players focus on bridging the gap between veterans and the community through sports and mentorship. Each of these organizations are doing phenomenal work, and today we're going to dive into their stories, their mission, and how they're making a tangible impact on the lives of our veterans. So sit back, relax, and get ready to be inspired by these individuals and their organizations. Lourdes, take it away.
All right. Thank you so much. So we're going to get started with Team RWB. So Jack, are you able to tell us what the mission of Team RWB is?
Yes, the mission of Team RWB is to basically enrich veterans' lives. And the way we do that is through health and fitness and camaraderie and getting together for social and sports activities. It's a lot of fun, actually.
Okay. And how did Team RWB get started?
It was started by a guy named Mike Irwin, who was a West Point grad, and it's back like in 2012, and now it's spread nationwide. There's chapters all across the country, including 2 here in Chicago. We have Chicagoland North up towards Great Lakes, and we have Chicago all over the rest of the Chicagoland area. And I have co-captains because it's such a big area. So Denny Ocasio is a co-captain, and Martha Segura, and also Jen Santino is one of our Eagle leaders, and it takes all of us just to do anything.
And can you describe a little bit about what you guys do?
Sure. So basically, you join the organization, which is free. It's open to veterans, of course, and active duty members, but also supporters. And by supporters, we mean family members and friends, anybody who's patriotic and supports veterans. So pretty much anybody can join, and it's free to join. And you can get yourself one of these cool T-shirts to run around in.
They're very cool.
And lots of other swag. So what we do is we plan events, and you just download everything on your app, and you just look at the calendar and pick and choose what events you want to go to. So for example, 2 weeks ago, we did a little run on the 606 trail in Chicago. We had a group of people got together, and then we had like a breakfast afterwards. And so like this week here in Chicago, like Tuesday and Thursday, we have yoga in the morning by the Chicago Cubs. And then a couple things we have coming up. We have like a brew cruise coming up next Thursday where you ride the Chicago Fireboat and take a tour of the city. And I know, Lourdes, you and I have been on that together. It's a lot of fun. And so it's just a mix of different activities. Another big thing we have coming up, like August 25th, is the Fort to Base race, where you go from Fort Sheridan and you run from Fort Sheridan all the way up to Great Lakes Naval Base. And you can either sign up for like 10 nautical miles, which is really 11 and a half, or like 3 nautical miles, which is really like 5 actual miles. And there's like a reception at the park, and it's a lot of fun.
Got it. Perfect. And what if they're not here in the Chicagoland area? I know you said there's all different types of chapters. Do you know how many chapters are across the United States?
You know, I'm not sure how many chapters there are, but pretty much all 50 states are represented. If you just go to the website and click on join, it'll ask you for like your zip code or your local city, and there'll be like a map where you can pick and choose. Like there's Peoria in Illinois, there's Chicago, St. Louis, New York, LA, all over.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because when I travel, I would check those out and then check out different chapters. And I'll tell you this, you don't need to be like in the greatest shape because they have different levels of activities. I want this because sometimes, like if you're just getting into sports, they'll have a group that maybe, if you're getting into running, you're not going to start sprinting off the bat, right? So they have different groups you can get into so you can actually get back into physical activity. So it's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
cool.
really, really cool because if you're traveling, especially or on active duty or whatever, no matter where you are, you can pretty much link up. We would have chapters overseas in Europe as well. Um, and there's also like a virtual side to it. So like if you can't make it somewhere, there's virtual workouts that you could pull up and you could participate virtually like we did back during COVID, but we try to do a lot more in-person events nowadays. And so, yeah, there's different groups that you could follow and join. So like there's functional fitness if you're into CrossFit, there's yoga if you're into yoga, running if you're into running, and so on. And whatever you're interested in, do it. And then like if you want to try something new, you have opportunities to try something new. Like here in Chicago, we try to mix it up so that like, hey, the first Saturday of every month, we have like a yoga thing, right? The last Saturday of every month, we have like a CrossFit thing. And in between, there's all kinds of like 5Ks and 10Ks and ruck marches and hikes. And, we had a really awesome get together in Chicago with Chicago veterans ruck march. There were 1,100 people marched in that, including myself. And the coolest thing about Chicago is all these different organizations, we work together and we all know each other. Like I know these guys, I know Eden, I know the guys at Emerging Vets and Players, and we do stuff together. We're going to have like a big softball tournament on August 3rd.
Who's going to win?
Probably the guys that always win, but we're going to, we're probably going to have like Mission Barbecue and, it's fun for everybody.
That is awesome. Is there any cost to joining?
There's no cost to join. The only thing I would say is like when you sign up for an event, sometimes there is a cost involved. So like if you sign up to run the Fort to Base race, right, you'll have to sign up like you're signing up for a 5K, and they'll send, you'll get a T-shirt and a bib and all that stuff for your registration. But sometimes we can give like discount codes. There's like a discount code for 20% off because you're an RWB member. Other times we have like free tickets we can give away occasionally. Like we had Old Glory Relay, and the last day of Old Glory Relay, we're running the flag across the country. It ended in Chicago this year, and we had the Cubs game. So we had a bunch of people come to the Cubs game. I think we had like 30 tickets available for people to come to the Cubs game that day. And that was like a lot of fun.
Okay, perfect. And how can you support Team RWB if you're not a veteran?
You can support by joining as a non-veteran member, or you can make a donation. And the really good thing is like by doing these hard things together, like you're doing these workouts together, you kind of bond with each other, and then people open up and like become friends and they talk, and just having those shared experiences is what makes the difference. And you don't have to be a veteran because we all have ups and downs of life that we can relate to each other.
Pain is what brings people together.
Yeah. And joy is what keeps them together.
I know.
Well, thank you so much, Jack. Is there anything else that you want to share about your organization?
Well, I'll just say, you know what? It's a great organization, and it's great working with other veterans and having fun and staying fit along the way. But the best thing is all the relationships I've built, all the friendships I've built, because I'm friends with everybody on this screen today, and we've all met previously at different events, and it doesn't really matter like, oh, well, Chicago Veterans is hosting this one, or RWB is hosting that one, or MVP, or Wounded Warriors, because we're all in the same boat together. And that's the coolest thing about the Chicago area. I like a lot.
For sure. Well, thank you for everything, and thanks for coming on and talking with us.
My pleasure. Thank you guys very much.
Of course. Yeah, Team RWB is pretty awesome. I've obviously been a member with them as well. So we got a couple people saying hi. So hi, welcome. We have somebody else from Alabama here. So Mac, welcome. Glad that you're here with us. And then somebody else was asking, can we share a link to the people's organization? So we are dropping them in as we're talking with the different organizations. And then also we'll update the description for the link. So you guys will be able then to check out the various organizations. So Lourdes, who is next up on the docket?
On the docket, we have MVP, Emerging Vets and Players.
Awesome.
Hey,
Nate,
folks.
what's going on?
Hi, Nate. How are you? Thank you so much for coming on here. And I was wondering if you could provide a brief overview of Emerging Vets and Players.
Yeah, I would love to. And thanks for having me on today and be able to share a little bit about our organization. So first, I'll start off with what is Emerging Vets and Players, or MVP for short. Emerging Vets and Players provides an inclusive and stigma-free entry point for combat veterans and former professional athletes to access the ongoing support they need to find meaningful after the military service or professional careers have ended. And we go about that. Our mission at MVP is to empower combat veterans and former professional athletes by connecting them after the uniform comes off. We provide them with a new team to assist with the transition, to promote their personal development, and show them that they are never alone.
I love that. So I know that there is weekly programming that you do. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Within MVP, so we're a national organization, and really appreciate the opportunity to reach your audience today. We're not leaving our members alone, and I know you guys aren't leaving those who come to you looking for assistance and information alone either. So a lot of commonality there. So our programming, the way we go after it, is through our in-person chapters that meet all across the country. They're in LA, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Dallas, Phoenix, Seattle, here in Chicago, as well as in Atlanta. And then we also have a virtual chapter. So our virtual chapter, they're going to be kicking off a meeting here in about 20 minutes. Anyone interested, I would direct them to. I know we got some folks from Alabama in the room, so a virtual chapter for them would be ideal. A great group of folks that run that, and the way the workouts work, whether it's in the virtual or in person, it's about 45-minute to an hour workout. We get a little sweat on, and then we go into a closed door peer-to-peer support huddle, and that's where we really do the most of our, what we really think is the most important part of our work, and that's building that connection, building that trust between our members. Be it the veterans, the athletes, and the veterans and the athletes themselves, so that we can open up and talk about the things that are on our mind, and be a little okay being vulnerable. And that's something that a lot of us in the former professional athletes in the military are just not used to doing.
Perfect. And can you share any success stories? I am a member of the Chicago chapter, and it's something that's been very impactful, I want to say. But is there any success stories that you have to share?
Yeah, absolutely. One of our big things is we do work in the mental health space. That's what we look at MVP as. Is it's a type of mental health and helping others along their wellness goal. So what we talk about in the session, stays there, and even with it's the world that we live in, wouldn't want to share someone else's. So I'll talk about myself. I was not in a great place when I got out of the military. I was not okay, not being okay, and I didn't know what to do about it. And it was through an outreach table that MVP was doing here, talking about the programming that they had in a similar setting, not too dissimilar to this, talking about the programming they had and what they did and how they built that community. It was something that I wanted to do. It's something that I really needed, and I didn't really quite understand it at the time. And it was getting involved, building that as part of my weekly routine, getting into MVP, doing that workout, not just for my physical health, but for my mental health. As well. And, I had a lot of issues in my life that I was really holding on to and not moving past, a lot of habits I wasn't letting go of. And through MVP, become involved with other organizations as well. But it was really that team and that community that motivated me, that, was something that I could lean on and look to every week, knowing that it was going to be a resource, a group of people that wanted me to succeed. And that's where I started to find that success that I've looked for after my medical retirement from the military.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Awesome.
So how can veterans and former athletes get involved with MVP?
Yeah, absolutely. I would send them to vetsandplayers.org on the website. Some options to get involved as a member or to get involved as a supporter. You can stay abreast of what MVP is doing through their various socials, which can be found at vetsandplayers.org. But to stay in the organization and be a part of it and be a part of the team and the community, don't have to be a combat veteran or a player. That's just for who our membership is. So anyone interested in knowing more about MVP, check out vetsandplayers.org. whichever chapter might be geographically close to you or the virtual chapter, the team that's going to reach out to you, they really care about you. They want what's best for you, and they're going to find someone to work with you if MVP is not the last place where you're going to be.
Got it. Perfect. Yeah. And is there any support beyond the huddle that's given to MVP players?
Yeah, absolutely. So the huddle is just one part of the programming that we do. The team and what we do outside the huddle. We have different events that we do throughout the week, but also if you are a member, one of the great resources that MVP has, we do have a clinician that supports our members, someone they can reach out to. Susie Lindolfi is a phenomenal, just all around human being, but as well as a great coach and a resource for our membership to reach out to, whether they're going through personal problems, relationship, work, family, just a resource. They are a great point of contact for someone in the organization to reach out to. But really at the core of what we do is helping one another. So the best person that's going to help you is someone who knows what you've been through, either in that professional athlete, the kind of grind and lifestyle that is, or in the military service. And those are going to be the peers you see inside the huddle, whether they're in person or virtual.
I love that. And I know Susie just started an all-women call. So that's pretty awesome. Had 2 sessions, and it's the last Thursday, every last Thursday of the month at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And she does come on there and help women veterans navigate through some of the issues that they do have. So I am also a member of that too. She's pretty awesome. And then part of my success story with this organization particularly
is absolutely. One of the things the regional.
Yeah. So one of the things with this organization, when I had a lot of issues coming off of an injury and I came to MVP, I got a lot of support through my fellow peers, and they really helped me. Anything I needed. I know Nate helped me hang a TV because I'm not allowed to hang TVs anymore because that's how I got hurt. But just through the different support that the organization has with the Women Veteran Initiative that we have in the area too, MVP has been a great support. So I do truly appreciate you guys and what you do, and all the members and the national organization as well.
Yeah, thanks, Nate, for coming on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else that you want to add?
Yeah. Last thing that I was going to say, if there's something on the website that reaches out to people, please feel free. I'll drop my contact info in here as well. Reach out to me directly as the volunteer coordinator. I'm a volunteer in that role. I like bringing together people to get out there and make a better community for themselves, for those around them, and for a better future. So always looking for opportunities and looking for people who are willing to help a lending hand. Folks on this call have been out at MVP volunteer events or supporting our community partners. That's something that's really important, and I really appreciate the time today. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful. Yeah, because it's kind of like you don't normally just do one thing with one organization. So it's like we do multiple things. So it's definitely cool. You kind of don't realize it until it's you're talking with the people we have them on. So it's pretty cool. So what's next, Lourdes?
All right. So we have Eden with Wounded Warrior Project.
Oh yeah, very familiar.
All right, Eden. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. And can you give us a brief overview of Wounded Warrior Project?
Yeah. So Wounded Warrior Project was started originally as the family getting together to donate backpacks to injured veterans that were at Walter Reed. And upon them doing their first service project of doing that, they got a call back from Walter Reed inquiring about receiving more backpacks. And then it grew from there. Who we are now, we've come so long since then. Who we are now is our mission is truly to empower wounded warriors and honor their service. We foster a most successful, well-adjusted generation of wounded service members through our various programs that we do offer. And again, the purpose of Wounded Warriors to raise awareness and enlist the public's aid for the need of the injured service member.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. And are there any specific programs or activities that you guys offer to support veterans and family members?
We offer a wide range of programs. There's so my I am on the alum team, so I will conduct outreach events. That's something as simple as putting together a laser tag event, or maybe a family movie night for you and your family to enjoy the latest movie out in theaters. It's just a way to kind of help disconnect in some sets and offer some comfort and opportunities that might not have otherwise presented themselves. We do offer mental health programs as well, and various other financial and benefits as well in those settings. It is important to note, though, that in this conversation, Wounded Warrior Project directly supports every wounded post 9/11 veteran and service member, as well as their family and caregivers. And we also support millions of other veterans through advocacy and collaboration efforts with like-minded organizations.
I love that. Yeah, I know I hear Wounded Warrior Project doing all kinds of like really cool, fun activities. And is there any type of success stories that have been impactful that you can share with us today?
The success stories really just it's really hard to kind of pick one. I think any veteran that attends any event at any organization, that is a win in itself, because they are getting into an opportunity where they do get to connect with other veterans and learn about other services and other programs. I think David said it very well. We are a cross-pollinated community. Veterans are no longer identifying with one organization. They are going and choosing different needs from different organizations.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a beautiful thing. And like I said, Wounded Warrior is here to assist in that. We want to ensure that every veteran has the opportunity to engage in their interests and their needs. And we always say at Wounded Warrior Project, we meet the veteran where they are currently. And I think that's very important. We can kind of help foster those journeys through other organizations of where they do want to go, but it's more important of getting them where they are now.
I love that. And how can someone get involved with Wounded Warrior Project?
So you can go onto the website and register. That will get you into our resource center. Our resource center is amazing. They will then go from there and help you identify any of the things that you're looking to do within the progress or within the project. You can also go through me. I will share my contact. I can put you in. And it doesn't matter if you're local to the Midwest or if you're somewhere in Alabama. We can definitely get you connected to some opportunities that might be presented for you anywhere.
Okay. And does that also include donations, volunteering, things of that nature?
So yeah, we do have a giving plan. So if you were looking to do donations, you could definitely do that. We tend to partner on the service project side with other organizations. I know Travis Manion Foundation is a partner of ours that we do operate with. So we are looking to do some service projects with them here in the future. And that really aligns with the mission of Wounded Warrior Project. We have 3 values. We connect, we serve, and we empower. And empowering is all about service to others and finding those opportunities for them to empower. If you know Wounded Warrior Project, you know the logo. And we like to say that sometimes you're carrying another veteran or you're being carried. And it doesn't matter whatever form you are, whichever soldier you are in that right there, we want to serve you as best we can.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And is there anything else that you want to share about the organization?
Yeah, I think so. Additionally, I know some of the things that we were talking about, and mental health is a big space within our community, and we're starting to see a lot more opportunities for that. And so what we do in the mental health space at Wounded Warrior Project is we offer an array of services, one being a Project Odyssey. Those can be either male, female, or couple. And that's going to be a 90-day program where you're going to get group activation. You're going to get some participation, and maybe learn some skills and some identifying things that will help you grow as an individual or as a partner. And those are definitely for, again, the warrior, and then their spouse or caregiver can attend those as well. We also have a Warrior Care Network where we connect warriors with opportunities that are outside our scope. So maybe some more treatment is needed. We will help with those. And some of the things that we do is we like to make those connections with the warrior. We also have something we call WWP Talks, so Wounded Warrior Project Talks, which is just a weekly check-in, right? If you're just looking for an accountability, or you're just looking to talk for a week, Wounded Warrior Project Talks is such a great check-in with you. Just, are you living what you're saying you're going to do? If not, how can we get you back into that position to what you're doing? We also have various other programs there, and those go through all go through our triage department. So if you are looking for any service, reach out to your local outreach specialist, myself, and we'll get you connected to those services, and they will find the right fit for what you need, again, where you are currently.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Eden. That's
awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, perfect. Well, I didn't see any questions. Oh, everybody back in. Last thing comment was on for us, right? We have to help ourselves join these organizations, at least check them out. Because like Eden said earlier, kind of what we were talking about is that once you connect with one organization, if you need other things, they know other nonprofits. So there's always a solution there. I mean, most of the time there's a solution to be able to at least help you or point you in the right direction. So thank you again, guys, for joining us today. Really appreciate you taking time out of this evening and connecting with us. Good seeing everybody on camera, but I'm sure we'll see you guys in person pretty soon. So thank you again for coming out and on our event today. So thank you.